Hey guys, welcome back. Small Louisiana Homestead here, and today I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how we're gonna cook up those collard greens we've been picking. These were from a week ago, and I picked some earlier today. We're gonna go ahead and throw in there in that pot, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna cook them up and how I'm gonna go ahead and save them up in my freezer. That way, anytime you want some collard greens with supper or some big chicken or meatloaf, whatever you're cooking up, you just grab your bag, heat it up, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, show you how we're gonna do this. Sometimes I take the leaf like this, and what I'll do, I'll pull it from the front. I want to take that stem out of there, you see? Go ahead and just pull it off like that. With that little stem, you want to just throw that in your compost. Then I'll take the leaf and I'm gonna roll it. Roll like this. Then I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna cut it in little 1/2 inch cuts. When I unroll it, it looks like this. See? Then I'm gonna just take that, throw it in my pot. All this has been rinsed and washed before I put it in my refrigerator. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all of this. Then I'll show you what it looks like after that. Okay, y'all. I went ahead. Everything's cut. Got a nice big bowl that's gonna fill up my big pot. Collard greens. I have a very small onion, and this is not from the garden. I ran out, so I'm gonna have to wait for my next harvest. But this is a store bought. It's very small yellow onion. Yeah, yellow onion. And we have the tom onions that we're gonna go ahead and put in there too. All you do is just chop it up. And I do have about a quarter of a slab of bacon, just the regular box bacon. About a quarter of it I cut for this batch. Now you can put whatever you want. I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. I'll put 2 of these tom onions in there, kind of toward the end. I'll go ahead and show y'all. And just chop it up, little 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch pieces. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the compost bucket here. All right. All right, I'll bring you back in a second. Let me get my pot set up and show you how we're gonna do that. Okay, I went ahead and I started heating up my pot. You see I put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and fry up my bacon first. It ain't hot yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it up to those little individual pieces. I know what you're gonna say. You're probably gonna say, well, that bacon got enough fat that's gonna come out of there. Well, that I know that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and this is normally how I do it. Like I said, you want a little bit more oil in there too. Whenever you go ahead and put your greens in there, and our onions, our regular onion, we're gonna go ahead and fry up in here. All right, I'm gonna let this heat up a little bit more, then I'll bring y'all right back. Hey guys, we got our bacon going. You do not want to fry this to a crisp, like it's breakfast time or nothing. You don't want to do that. You just want to start rendering that pork fat out the bacon. We don't want to brown it. We just want to start getting that wilted down. We're gonna mix all that fat. Once we put in our greens, we're gonna go ahead and mix it all around in there. Now we'll go ahead and just add our little small onion. We're gonna let those onions become translucent before we do anything else. Like I said, you don't want to brown none of this. Just want to get it started because this batch that I have right here is probably gonna take about 45 minutes to an hour to complete. Considering it's so much, I mean, if it had been a smaller batch, you know, it wouldn't take as long. So, and do not season anything. We're not gonna season nothing right now. Whenever we get to the last 10 minutes left to get this going, to get this finished, then you're gonna add whatever you want, salt and pepper, or salt, pepper, and Cajun seasoning, or whatever you like, whatever you want. I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. I'm gonna add some parsley and stuff like that toward the end. No big deal. Do it how you want it. You know, season how you want. Not everybody likes everything. Not everybody likes pepper and all of that. So, all right, that's pretty close enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead, take this. I'm gonna go ahead and dump all this in there. And yeah, it's gonna look full, but trust me, this stuff is gonna wilt down and should have a good bit of this batch. Like I say, you don't want to cook just a couple, you know, a couple little leaves of greens. You always want to have a big pot, you know, a good bit to for whenever you cook. Kind of keep that in there. Sure, everything's down in there. And I'm also gonna go ahead and I forgot to grab it. A little chicken stock, any kind of chicken stock. Go ahead and put about a half a cup. Put that down in there. And what we're gonna do is I have my pot on kind of high right now, so we're just gonna turn it down to about medium low. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the cover on it. And we're gonna let that steam action start getting those greens wilted down. And I'll bring y'all back in a few minutes. All right, as you can see, look at that, how that's wilting down. It's smothering down. The pot was full. Look at it now, going down. So now I just stir it up. It's been about 15 minutes. So I figure we've done it in probably about 45, roughly. And I said the last 10 minutes season it. I guess, you know what, season it whenever you want. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I got 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to throw that in there. Don't use margarine. That ain't good for you. Don't eat that. Use butter. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some Cajun seasoning on there. And some fresh cracked black pepper. Considering the bacon is a little salty, I'm gonna put just a little bit of sea salt, of course, sea salt, not much, because that don't put too much in there because it will go a long way. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some paprika. If you know anything about Louisianians, we don't measure much, so a couple sprinkles, garlic powder. That's how I'm gonna call it, a couple sprinkles. Let's see, and some thyme leaves. I know this is all just dried stuff. I got an herb garden I want to start getting going. I don't have that yet, so I'll go ahead and put a couple shots of hot sauce just for the flavor, and it's not gonna make it peppered. All right. Now we'll go ahead and just add in all your green onion. In this case, the thyme onion we got out of the garden. Go ahead and put that in there. Go ahead and mix it around. You're gonna notice it's totally done once everything turns a real dark green. Oh, excuse me. God bless me. Yeah, this seasoning got my nose. You can see how fast this is kind of rendering down. But don't let that fool you. This is not ready. Okay, they will be really tough if you try to, eat that right now. You gotta go at least 35, 40 minutes. We're probably at 20 right now, so butter's melted in there. Everything's doing all right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add about another half a cup of chicken broth. I'm gonna leave it on the medium-low setting, and we'll go ahead and finish this up, and I'll bring y'all back when it's done. Okay, guys, it's not done yet, but I couldn't resist. I wanted to go ahead and add a couple of pickled banana peppers that I had canned up from this year. Just did a couple. Go ahead and throw that in there also. Sorry about that. Sometimes I'll find something later on. It's like, well, let me add that to that. It's gonna taste good, no doubt about that. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll let this finish out, and then I'll bring y'all back in a few. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, we are done. It has been about the 45-minute mark. I just turned it off. I'm gonna try a little bit here. See how that looks? All smothered down, dark green. We're just gonna let this totally cool down, and we're gonna put these in some freezer Ziploc bags, and we're gonna go ahead and put them in the freezer, and you'll have collard greens whenever you're ready. It's the only way I store this. There ain't no canning techniques for none of this that I know of, but I'm not canning this because it ain't gonna sit on my shelves long anyway. It's going in my freezer. I'm gonna tear it up before it's over with. So let's try it out and see what we got. So I say, boom. Very good. Seasoned perfectly. Tender, yet still got a little crunch to it. Very good. Very good. I have some of that for supper too. So, well, thank y'all guys for joining me here once again. Small Louisiana Homestead. Joining me in my homestead kitchen. So, I will see y'all later. God bless. Y'all have any questions or comments? Leave them in the comment section below. Love y'all. See y'all later. Have a great week.